Friday and we're squaring up a garage. Let's go. Hey guys, Harry here. I'm back with a little Bricklaying vlog. I'm doing a little voiceover here. I'm just squaring up a garage. Another gang had left, so I just banged the profile on this gable that was left to do, and I thought I'd just record for a little bit because I've had Ben lay in a little bit. He's been, you know, he's really been enthusiastic wanting to lay. He's only 20 and he has had an apprenticeship, and I think he's had a couple of apprenticeships, trying to, he wants to be a bricklayer. So, and he's been, I think he's been labouring on a couple of gangs on and off over the last few years and hadn't been able to hadn't had much luck finding anyone who'd had him on the trowel. So I've been trying to put some effort in with him to try get him on the trowel. I said in a few videos ago I wasn't going to get anyone back on the trowel with me. I was saying I didn't want to get no one on the line with me, but to be honest, he's got the right attitude and he tries, and this is the main thing. You know, I've been trying to teach him properly how, you know, progressing him in the right way. I've not just had him running in and not had him doing anything else other than that. So, because you can easily have someone who you get them running in, but then they forget that they need to be jointing, they forget that they need to load out in front, and they forget that, you know, need to be spreading at certain times. And, you know, progressing the right way is key. You know, the pieces of work we're on at the moment, a lot of them are like 1 or 2 day jobs. You know, maybe if I get a big top out, it might take me 3 or 4 if it's really big. But he's been easily be able to load enough gear out in front to where he gets about half a day laying at least. You know, and I did have a little spell where I got another lad in to, you know, load out in front. You know, a lot of sites want a minimum of, you know, a 3 gang really now, but I don't like paying. I don't like what I have to do to earn money for 3 men. I just don't like the way I have to work. I just don't like it. I just don't like the pace. You know, housing now is getting so difficult with the amount of time you lose on getting stuff ready for inspection, super inspection. The amount of time you spend hunting for frames, hunting for tags, everything that you've got to do. You know, it's you know, if you can lay bricks quick, if you're neat, if you're organised, you can get through walls, garages and top outs as easy as you can do first lifts, second lifts, third lifts, you know. And you need less labour, you know, because they want these plots up pretty quick now. I don't want to work fucking crazy hard all the time. I'm working at a pretty good pace as it is with Ben. And when you get another labourer, you know, I still go and put the fucking gobbo in myself at the silo. You know, if I want to go any faster, I'd get someone to do that, but then it's teaching them to do that. And I'm on a lot of different sites all the time, so silos are temperamental wherever you go. So you know, if you're on one site for a, you know, constant and you've got steady flow of work, you can get a good rhythm going with maybe 2 labourers, or like Ben on the trowel and another labourer, but it's just difficult. It's not consistent. You can't earn consistently, and it's just hurts my head. Hurts my head shouting orders, you know, keeping on top of an extra person. Whereas you can really put time into just one person, like with Ben. Some things you can't do, where I'll just be loading out or jointing or spreading. But even when I'm building freehand, he's spreading for me and stuff like that. So it's after all these years of having labourers and teaching lads, it's getting pretty. I've dropped on pretty well with Ben, and even considering the prices we're getting at the moment, still managing to earn all right. And I've got my nephew coming next year, I think, something like that. So I'll be inherently a bigger gang anyway, just because he'll be a proper apprentice. He'll be like fucking 16 or 17 or whatever. So, you know, it'll be a bigger gang anyway, so you might see a little bit, some bigger builds coming up in the next year or so. But yeah, I don't know where we're going with that, but as these voiceovers go, I ramble. So yeah, talking to Ben, I have been progressing him alright, you know, and you know, I've been encouraging him to lay traditional, not just pick and dip, and do it properly, you know what I mean? Because, you know, I lay a certain way now, and it ain't always the way that you need to lay and to learn, you know. To learn, you need to learn all aspects, you know. And he's left-handed as well, so it's about two left-handed bricklayers working on the same line. I encourage him, try go forward, try go back, you know. And it's hard now as well, teaching young lads with these shit materials we're using, you know. Gone are the days of a nice brick. So, but these are pretty good. These are pretty good in this video. So I'm using the technique, pick and dip, but obviously I'm back tipping just to fill the joints pretty well, you know. Especially on garages, you want to point up every 8 or 10 course with clay bricks. Makes it easier. And as you see, I've got the profiles on. Freehanding the pillar. I rack the pillar back as I go. It's probably not the most quick, but it's what hurts my head the least, using less, sort of slightly less level movement, you know. But yeah. The boards as well. I'm still working off of boards again. I've been back working off of boards for like nearly a year at this point, I think. And I've got them on top of plastering buckets. Plastering buckets, sometimes use a few blocks that laying about. We have about 450, 500 off the floor. You know, because a lot of the time you're spending, you know, half your day at, you know, waist height, and then you're building up to, like, you know, chest height or whatever, or head height. You know, the big stands are, you know, are great if you can stack all your bricks out on, you know, scaffold boards and whatnot. But the stands are pretty expensive, you know, to get, you know, consistently. And I've been using plastering buckets, and like I say, I only take around 2 profiles with me a lot of the time. Sometimes I take 3 when I'm shoving stuff in and out of my car all the time. So I'm trying to make my movements around easier, because sometimes I'll just drive to a job for, like, build a wall for a couple of days, and then I'll drive somewhere else. So I tried to take as little amount of gear around as possible. So that's why I don't have loads of stands and stuff, and, you know, plastic boards. I find it quite hard to keep on top of, you know, like with even the buckets we're just using like generic Draper buckets, something like that, you know, building buckets. Even them, I sometimes fucking, after a few weeks, forget to clean them, and then you just end up smashing them and chucking them away. So yeah, I'm trying to minimise the amount of gear I'm taking around with me as well, because, you know, it's great having, you know, top clamps and stabilisers, but I just take about 6 or 8 F clamps with me. If I need to set a profile up for a wall, I normally just a couple of bits of timber normally gets me a good profile to run off of, and then that takes like normally that's like 2 or 3 F clamps just to set up a one wall profile, and then I use about 2 or 3 F clamps for another bit to set another one up with a bit of timber, and it gets me the wall pretty much 2/3 of the way up, and then I can take them off, clamp them to the wall when it's gone off, and away you go. You got the wall up. So I just use the timber top clamp method really now for freestanding. I don't see the need to invest in any serious profilage. You know, the fixed brick profiles are pretty good, but I'm not on houses enough. I'm not on enough lifts to warrant really getting them at the moment. I'm 1-on-1, and I like working that way, you know, at the end of the day. And you just get small lifts, you get smaller bits of work, and I'm just happy doing it. I'm happy doing it, to be honest, now. I don't try to, you know, you get some 1-on-1s or some sort of 2-on-1s who try to, you can't keep up with a gang of 4 or a gang of 2 or a gang of 3. You can't keep up with 2-on-1s and 3-on-1s and 4-on-1s now, which are like minimum on most sites. You know, you just own who you are as a 1-on-1 and do your little bits of work, you know. And they're consistent as well. There's nothing wrong with doing like this week I was working. I've been on what I've done this week. The typical work, I didn't work Monday. It's raining. I finished off a garage top out. I think I earned about 50 quid that day. And then Wednesday I built a wall, a 1.8 high meter wall. Thursday I built another 1.8 meter high wall, but it was like a zigzag, like a swastika shape. And then Friday I did this. I think I did like 1,000 brick one day, be 700 the next, and then I think I did 600 today. But as a one-on-one, which I've sold Ben, work's slow at the moment. Sometimes we might only expect 3 days work. Sometimes we've done 6. It's loads on, but 3 days, and if you can put 2,500 bricks in, it's not too bad. It's not too bad of a week at all, And that's just 3 little bits of work that seemingly most gangs would look at and go, that's shit. But when you do it on your own, it only takes you a day. You do it with just a lad like I've got here. You see him spreading. Well, I'm just sliding these in at the top on the 20-second course or whatever it is. It's not so bad, And I've worked like this for a lot of years. Back when my old man was labouring on me and I was a lot slower, we made work like this last a lot longer because I wasn't earning as much, I wasn't doing as much. But I remember even probably about 8 years ago. I think the garage prices are pretty good, because you're getting a little bit extra for the pointing on the back. But I remember we were getting like 550, 1,000 on garages, probably like 7 or 8 years ago. So I don't know. I think you get a little bit more now on garages because you're getting, you're not getting just, you have to joint the back. But it's, I think cost of living wise and inflation, this price hasn't moved a lot since we got like all slashed down from 750s, 800s we were getting a few years ago. Now we're back to 6s, But even these little bits of work are pretty good. So you just got to get the bricks down, and once you get, like with me at the moment now, it took me a lot of years of having labourers, but I never picked the shovel up for gobbo and I never picked the brick clamps up for bricks. If Ben's in the middle of the lane and I need a bit of gobbo, he'll just break off and get me a shovel. Or if he's in the middle of summer, and I'll just grab a shovel if I need it. But, a lot of time now, I don't put the trowel down. And that's mainly the key as a one-on-one to getting stuff done. It's not your profile set up, it's not getting there mega early and fucking, it's not spending a day loading out front, it's just not putting your trowel down. So, that's the main thing. And having your labourer in, or your improver in this sense, where I've got Ben. Because I can't call him just a labourer because he lays good bricks. Bricks he lays, I don't really have to check now, which is very strange. Mostly it takes most lads like 6 or 8 months for they get to that stage. But Ben's doing pretty well with it. So yeah, that's the main key. Just don't put your trowel down as a one-on-one or a 2 gang, whatever you want to call yourself. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this little video of me building this little flank on the garage. The nice bricks, they look nice for a change. I've struggled in through the winter months with these Connie bricks we've been using. It's a struggle to make them look nice. Well, it feels that way because the standards are the attitude's changed a little bit especially on these housing sites. Everything's got to be amazing, everything's got to be award winning. You can't leave even a few chip bricks under the scaffold. You can't leave a few quarter bats under the scaffold anymore on the stone. It does demoralise a lot of bricklayers, so it's nice to try and as good a job as we all try and do, doesn't seem really good enough a lot of the time at the moment. So I'm glad to want to see some nice bricks and everything looks neat. I do like to try. So yeah, I'll if you want to watch the rest of the footage, I'll cut this footage a little bit and put a bit of music. Hope you enjoyed my little ramblings of the day, and I'll try and bring you guys another video in a couple of weeks or so. Might be sooner, might be later, but hope you enjoy. And I know I think I surpassed 3,500 subscribers, I think, so maybe I'll make it 4,000 at some point. But it's not really something I'm trying to pursue, you know. I watch Izzy the Bricky from time to time. I don't know who else is making videos now. I don't know if Charlie's making any videos or whatnot, but it's not something I'm actively pursuing, really, the YouTube thing. But you know, I like to make a video now and again. You know, it gives me, you know, especially when I get on a nice little bit of work. You know, nice little bricks. You know, look at the different colour bricks in the wall. You know, first thing my dad said to me when I showed him this, he went, "God, why are they all different colours?" And I was like, well, if you didn't remember, you know, a lot of people forget that was the idea of brickwork. You know, the old bricks, you know, your oldie worldy bricks all were different obviously back in the day, like, you know, back when bricks were made properly. Nowadays, everyone wants stuff to look uniform and the same, and I think it just spoils the artisticness of brickwork that was meant to be. But so, anyway, I'll stop rambling, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh, by the way, before I go, I'm doing the Super Trial Regionals in I think it's May. Might be March. I'm gonna have to check. I've signed up for it anyway, and Ben's coming with me, so he's up to the job, being Super Trial HOD, so Super Trial Regional HOD, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I'm going to try have a crack at that. I think I'm going to get about 300 or 400 bricks max, because I've tried laying overhand. I've been on some 9-inch walls. I've been trying to build corners overhand, practicing. It's slow, it's awkward, and I know I'm at the moment, I'm like 20 kilo heavier than I was about a year or so ago. I've been powerlifting, competing again, so I'm not in super duper speed bricklaying shape. As you can see, I don't move quite as quick. Still been getting plenty done, but I'm not in sort of super duper bricks per hour quickness, you know, so that's going to slow me down a bit. But I'll have a crack, see if I can see what happens. I just want to try it, you know. I don't have much anxiety when it comes to, you know, I've been doing powerlifting comps, lifting weights and trying to, you know, used to performing strenuous tasks in front of people, and I don't have much ego when it comes to the bricklaying thing, because I know people are a lot quicker than I am, and I just like to try and do. I'd be just interested to try and lay overhand at speed. You know, it'd be quite interesting to just have a go and just have a, you know, I don't compete in stuff to win. I just compete to just have a go. It's exciting to try and test yourself against yourself. You know, that's the main thing of competition, in my opinion. You're competing against yourself all the time. So, and I don't get stressed. If you can stay calm a lot of the time and just treat it as another day, you know, that's half the thing. I think people get this fixation with winning or being the best, and unfortunately, you know, numbers and just probability are against you a lot of the time when it comes to trying to be the best. You know, there's always someone who'll put more effort in, or be better, or be more gifted, or genetically better. You know, leverages as well. You know, leverages in bricklaying can be a massive thing. So, experience, time also, you know, and on the day, if everything don't go your way, you're not going to win. That's chance. That's luck. That's rolling the dice. So, anyway, right, guys, thanks for watching. Watch me reach up here, which is made a lot easier by Ben spreading. Both using 8.5-inch trowels, by the way, if anyone's wondering. I cut them down myself. Check out my Instagram for more trowels I've cut down. And yeah, right. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one. that was today. It's fucking, we got finished for 11:45. We're just off to the pub now, me and Ben. Still just have alcohol free, like, but that what we did today, we did about, I think we made about 600 brick, jointed them straight away, brushed them off, fucking no problems. Dry clay brick, packs all covered with plastic, silo mix, you know, quality silo mix, and you wouldn't believe how hard that is to find now. How hard it is to get, like, just that changing the brick. Say that were concrete, we couldn't have done that. We put that gable up 18 course or whatever on that garage. We're just squaring, you know, some other gang's garage up, but you couldn't have done that without the materials we used. And majority of jobs now aren't using quality materials. They're using either packs of bricks that have been covered, that don't have plastic on them, or they're using like a semi-engineering brick that's so fucking non-porous that they're just fucking, you put in 10 course on it, it's leaning over, you know what I mean? So, or they're drenched, you know, the bricks are drenched, so it's just hard to find nowadays, you know. Fucking, like, it's a good job we're on there, but you know, there's not many of them. There's not many jobs out there where it's all about the bricks and the fucking mortar. If the bricks are now dry brick, the mortar's quality silo mix, you know, that's all that matters. Because it don't really matter what you're building at that point, because the bricks and the mortar is what allows you to do what you can do, allows you to get a good finish, allows you to build in a good pace, ease of building as well. So that's all that matters, really, you know. So that's, you know, but it's just hard, you know. If you had ready mix and concrete bricks, that wouldn't be happening, you know, what we did today. You saw us do. So it's just straight, you know, it's just, you know, especially, and the finish you get on a good quality clay brick finish with good mortar as well, you know. It's ready mix mortar, it's no good. You can't, you know, it doesn't go off, you know. You can't brush your brick, you know. No fucking, anyway, here's what it is. So yeah, so I'll probably record little bits and bobs here and there. I don't like recording day-to-day stuff much anymore. I will get into it again, but I don't know, because there's not loads and loads of work about. You're just trying to earn a living a lot of the time now. So when it gets a load of work again and I'm a bit more into it, but just a lot of building sites aren't building at the moment. So, and we're on one that is, but you know, it's just a bit of a, that's why there's less content out there really at the moment. You'll see most of the content are guys doing their own little bits of work. You'll not really see much site stuff now, because it's just a little bit dismal at the moment, you know, with just everything being slow, you know what I mean? I know so many guys out of work, it's just, you know, it's hard. I think you've got a lot of influencers out there who are telling you you'll never be out of work if you're any good. That's just not right. That's just not true. Supply and demand. If the supply of work and you're fucking good, you'll be out of work. You know what I mean? You know, it doesn't matter how quick or how good you are. If you ain't got out to build, you ain't got out to build, have you? So, and just because, and a lot of time is, you know, what you see online is just because, you know, you're in a good position, or you know, you're doing well, don't mean everyone else is doing very well, you know. So, but you know, I just see this sort of survivor bias going on all the time, and it, you know, it just isn't the case, you know what I mean? It just isn't the case if you're the quickest. It just isn't the case if you're the most experienced. There's a lot of guys who aren't who don't only layer 200 or 300 bricks a day and they do quality bricks, you know what I mean? But they're not finding the work, you know what I mean? So, and a lot aren't earning a lot at the moment. So we'll see what happens in the next year. Hopefully I'll pick up a bit. I'm taking on any work that I can get hold of, you know, and doing a good job, but you know, even myself, I've had plenty of days off with no to do, so it's you just got to keep ticking over and taking what's there. Like my lad who's with me, he's sound. I've even said to him, with how the climate is this year, I can only promise you, might be able to promise you 6 days of work one week and fucking 3 days the next, or fucking 2 days. I said, you know, it's time of year, fucking, you know, the fucking, you know, the speed that we're building is the speed of which we're building, you know, so, yeah, so, hopefully I'll come with some more videos later on in the, whatnot. I'm not as enthusiastic, really, this year as I'm making videos, and I'm not going to tell you that I can't wait to make all this content, because I don't know, a lot of the stuff is, you know, I don't, I'll see, that's all I'm going to say, I'll see, and then I might get into making bits and bits, maybe some more tip videos on some stuff, but a lot of it's already out there, and a lot of it I'll just be repeating myself, so yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys in another week or two, maybe a few more weeks, maybe I'll make another video if I get a nice little piece of work where I can film and still get some stuff done, you know. I might do a little tip for boundary walls, what I like to do when I'm working primarily me laying, you know, I'm only 1-on-1, but I've got my lad laying pretty well at the moment. I've got him spreading a lot, but I like to have him laying, to be fair. I said that I wasn't gonna have another lad laying with me, but it keeps the flow going better on a lot of pieces of work, you know. I don't always like having to do it all. I like someone to be able to lay a few hundred, you know, if he can lay a fucking couple hundred bricks, that's a couple hundred bricks I ain't got to lay. You know, he'd get into the level of covering his money a little bit, and then, you know, we can go from there, because I've got a nephew coming next year with me, so, yeah, right. See you guys in the next one.